Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to do a real quick recipe using this cheese. It's a little fancy gourmet cheese that you can find in your deli section of your grocery store usually. And they have several different flavors. This, I believe, is just the original. It's garlic and fine herb. And we are going to make some pasta with it. But this one I'm going to do a little bit different than everybody's doing. I think it was a TikTok recipe. So I've already got my pasta cooking and set aside, and I cooked some hamburger meat loose, and we're gonna put some of that in there. The original recipe is meatless, but we're gonna add a little bit of meat to this. But the first thing we're gonna do, like I said, go ahead and cook your hamburger meat or whatever meat that you're gonna put in it, set it aside. Go ahead and cook your pasta, set it aside, and then come back and do your sauce, and then we'll mix the cheese, and then we'll mix everything together, and it'll be ready to go. So let's give this a few minutes to heat up, and I will come right back and you can watch me do the whole process. Okay, y'all, so this is hot. I'm gonna go ahead and put this cheese in. Okay, and then I'm gonna get my whisk. I'll whisk this in a little bit. Turn the heat off because I don't want it to get too hot too fast. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and mix all this in. And it's a soft cheese, so you can let it sit out on the counter if you want to, but it's literally softer than cream cheese. So I'm just going to mix it together. Keep on mixing until everything's combined. Okay, and then I'm gonna go ahead and put my meat in there. Put this on low until it starts to bubble, and if it starts bubbling again, we're going to just cut it off. Alright, let me get my pasta. Okay, so this was a 16-ounce box of penne. I'm going to just mix some of it just to see. You don't have to mix it in the sauce, but I think it tastes a lot better that way. It's separate, but it's a different, kind of tastes a lot like lasagna without all the extra work. And you can use your own favorite spaghetti sauce. You do not have to use Aldi's brand. That's just what I had in the pantry, and that's what I decided to use today. But this is really easy and simple, and it's perfect for like a lasagna type meal or something a little bit different than spaghetti. And that cheese is only like $4 something, I think, or right at $5. So that, your favorite sauce, your favorite pasta, and some ground beef, and you've got a meal. Today we are going to make another stovetop meal. This one is called Boursin chicken, and it's using this. It's a soft cheese that you can find in your deli department of your grocery store usually. You need to go ahead and start by heating up your skillet and putting a tablespoon of oil and a tablespoon of butter in your skillet. And you're going to slice horizontally. 2 large chicken breasts, boneless, skinless, of course. This one's kind of small. Slice those horizontally, and you're going to cook those for about 5 to 6 minutes, or until they're cooked all the way through. And then we're going to transfer them to a plate so we can make the sauce. So I'm going to cook these on medium-high heat until they're done, and then I'll come right back to you. I almost forgot, make sure that you season these with salt, pepper, and garlic powder to taste. You might want to go a little bit lighter on the salt because the cheese may be a little bit salty. But garlic powder and pepper. Okay, I'll see y'all back here when this is done. Hey y'all, so I've already cooked chicken and I've set it aside. Now I'm going to cook some onion. And we're almost done with this because that is how quick and easy this is going to be. Alright, so if your skillet seems like it's a little bit dry, just go ahead and put a little bit more oil in it. Not much, just a little. And then you're going to cook these onions. You need about a half of an onion. This is not quite enough, but it'll be fine. You know, a little bit of onion to flavor everything. And kind of scrape it a little bit to get some of those pieces of cooked chicken up. And I'm only going to cook this until it's softened, not translucent. So just a little bit. You're going to need about 5 minutes to cook this. And then we'll add the next couple ingredients and then our dish will be ready. And the onions are not burning. I'm just scraping off all of the drippings. And the pepper and the spices. So I'll be back with you in just a few. Okay, y'all, so our next little step is to add the cheese. This is what it looks like, the box. This is what the box looks like. And it comes in a little thing like this. This is all mushed together and it comes just like this. It's got the texture of, it looks like cream cheese. So I'm going to go ahead and pop that in there. And I'm going to break it up a little bit. Okay. And then we're going to add chicken broth. I'm going to get my whisk. And I'm going to slowly start to incorporate this. And then after we let it thicken, we are going to add the chicken back in. Still on medium-high heat. Now there are different flavors. My Walmart only had 2. This one and the other one I cannot remember. I want to say it was chives, I think. But I've heard there's several different flavors. You can probably find it at Publix or one of the higher end grocery stores. But for this one, the recipe calls for the garlic and herb, and that's what I purchased. which I believe is the original flavor. I'm not sure about that, but I believe. And if this starts to be too thick, you're going to have to add some chicken broth to help thin it out just a little bit. Or if you want to keep it thick, you can. But I'm just going to let it cook down a little bit and come back to you when I have to add the chicken back in, so you can see how thick it'll get. Okay, y'all. So this is about as thick as it gets. So I'm going to go ahead and put my chicken back in. So I'm going to make some mashed potatoes to have with it. But this is it. This is the sauce. It's real thin, but I'm gonna let it sit here and simmer some more. Warm the chicken back up anywhere from 5 to 10 minutes. I don't want to do it too long because my chicken will turn to rubber. So that's it. I'm gonna just keep spooning it over, kind of basting it, I guess, in a way. It was pretty simple, so I kind of like it. Hopefully the family will too. I'll see y'all next time.